Hello, I am recording the video and today's topic is .NET Framework. The .NET Framework is a proprietary software framework developed by Microsoft that runs primarily on Microsoft Windows. It was the predominant implementation of common language infrastructure until it being by the cross-platform .NET project. It includes a large class library called Framework Class Library and provides language interoperability. Each language can use code written in other language across several programming languages. Program written for .NET Framework execute in a software environment in a contrast to a hardware environment named the Common Language Runtime. The CLR is an application virtual machine that provides services such as security, memory management, and exception handling. As such, computer code writing using a .NET framework is called managed code. FCL and CLR together constitute the .NET framework. FCL provides the user interface, data access, database, connectivity, cryptography, web application development, numeric algorithm, and network communications. Programmers product software by combining their source code with the .NET framework and other libraries. The framework is intended to be used by most new applications created for the Windows platform. Microsoft also produces an integrated development environment for .NET software called Visual Studio. .NET Framework began as proprietary software, although the firm worked to standardize the software stack almost immediately, even before its first release. Despite the standardization efforts, developers, mainly those in the free and open source software communities, expressed their unease with the selected terms and the prospects of any free and open source implementation, especially regarding software patents. Since then, Microsoft has changed .NET development to more closely follow a contemporary model of a community developed software project, including issuing an update to its patent promising to address the concern. In April 2019, Microsoft released .NET Framework 4.8, the last version of the framework, as a proprietary offering. Only monthly security and reliability bug fixes to that version have been released since then. History: Microsoft began developing .NET Framework in the late 1990s, originally under the name of the Next Generation Windows Services. As a part of the .NET strategy, by early 2000, the first beta version of the .NET 1.0 were released. In August 2000, Microsoft and Intel worked to standardize common language infrastructure and C#. By December 2001, both were ratified ECMA International Standards. International Organization for Standardization followed in April 2003. The current version of ISO standards are ISO IEC 23271. While Microsoft and their partners hold patents for CLI and C#, ECMA and ISO require that all parents essential to implementation be made available under reasonable and non-discriminatory terms. The firms agreed to meet these terms and to make the patents available royalty free. However, this did not apply to the part of the .NET framework not covered by ECMA ISO standards, which is included Windows Forms, Edu.NET and ASP.NET. Patents that Microsoft holds in these areas may have non-Microsoft implementation of the full framework. On October 3, 2007, Microsoft announced that the source code of .NET Framework 3.5 libraries was to become available under the Microsoft Reference Source License. The source code repository became available online on January 16, 2008 and included BCL, ASP.NET, Edu.NET, Windows Form, WPF and XML. The .NET Compact Framework and .NET Micro Framework variants of the .NET Framework provided supported for the Microsoft platforms such as Windows Mobile, Windows CE and other resources constrained embedded devices. Silverlight provided supported for web browser via plugins. In November 2014, Microsoft also produced an update to the patents grants which further extended the scope beyond its prior plagues. Prior projects like Mono existed in a legal gray area because Microsoft earlier grants applied only the technology in covered specifications, including strictly the fourth edition each of ECMA 334 and ECMA 335. The new patent promise, however, placed no ceiling on the specification version and even extended to any .NET runtime technologies documented on MSDN that have not been formally specified by the ECMA group. If a project chooses to implement them, this allows Mono and other projects to maintain feature partly with modern .NET features that have been introduced since the fourth edition was published without being at risk of patent litigation over the implementation of those features. The new grant does maintain the restriction that implementation must maintain minimum compliance with the mandatory part of the CLI specification. Microsoft press release highlights that the cross-platform commitment now allows for a fully open source modern server-side .NET stack. Microsoft released the source code for WPF, Windows Forms and WinUI on December 4, 2018. Thank you.